whenever you're ready.
Okay. Many people say prostitution is immoral and it should not be practiced, but nevertheless it will happen. So what we can do is not to eliminate prostitution, but find a better way to control it. Since counties in Nevada began legalizing prostitution in the early 1970s, they have been reaping an economic benefit from a variety of revenue sources. It pumps up more than $10 million into the county's reserve. Like how Nevada benefited from legalizing prostitution, so can our state. My claim is that legalizing prostitution in the state of California will help benefit our state. It can, number one, help our financial budget, 2, reduce violent crime rates, and 3, help improve the welfare of California citizens. How does legalizing prostitution help our financial budget? Prostitution is like a high-paying career. It can be taxed, and that can help our budget. Also, it can help open up support jobs, such as construction workers, and security guards, and other medical assistants. Other things it can benefit are like our county can benefit from is from like license, such as liquor license, and other like working license and other things that it can receive money from. If police workers are concentrated in one area instead of being spread around the state in pursuing prostitution, we can allow more of them to focus on other serious crimes. This also leads me to why legalizing prostitution can help reduce violent crimes. According to a person named Margot James, when a woman is charged for a sex crime, it's a stigma that lasts for a lifetime and makes her unemployable. Usually when they get out of jail, they can't find a job anymore, so they're forced to do more prostitution, and then also involved in drugs and other crimes. Rape would happen less frequently. Linda M. Rio, director of American Bar Association, wrote an article titled "Psychological and Sociological Research and Decriminalizing of Legalization of Prostitution." A study conducted in Queensland showed a 149% increase in the rate of rape when legal brothels were closed in 1959. Lastly, if prostitution were legalized, it would help improve the welfare of California citizens. Based off the Nevada brothels, facilities that operate prostitution, there are mandatory use of condoms, so disease would be kept at a minimum. Also, there would be routine checkups for any diseases. According to the Nevada law, there's just a general once each month, a sample of blood for a test to confirm the presence of HIVs and syphilis is taken. This was just a general checkup. There are more checkups that they do weekly. Another quote from someone named Gary Richwald: "It may be safer to have sex with a licensed prostitute than with anybody else except for your wife." And in conclusion, legalizing prostitution can help benefit California. It can help our economics, reduce crime rates, and improve welfare for our citizens. For legalizing prostitution, we can grab the benefits, reduce the risks, and protect the citizens.
All right, Stephen, a couple of really solid points. You had good proposition. There's a clear statement of what your claim is. I think you also started off well with a good listing of what the secondary points were going to be during the speech. You also present in the body of the speech some factual data, although I don't always get source citations on some of the factual data, but there's information, for instance, about what the practices are in some of those places where prostitution is legal. Your delivery, I think, is also good. You do make contact with the audience. You sound pretty fluent while you're speaking, so I think that that's helpful. A couple of things that are a little bit problematic. In the body of the speech, I didn't think you did as clear a job signposting the supporting structures you did in the preview, so you need to have clearer transitions, and don't be afraid of using some numerical signposts. I think that that would help a little bit. There are a lot of people that end up being quoted that I don't know who they are. You just give us a name and give us the quote, and I don't know what the basis for their inference is and why we should be trusting that particular opinion. I think that, especially for instance, you've got that last quote where you're talking about it's safer to have sex with a prostitute than with anybody other than your wife. What's that based on, and who is this person saying this? The same thing about the woman said that you get a conviction for a sex crime like this and you're basically unemployable afterwards. Well, how does she know this? What is the basis? Is she speaking only from personal experience? Has she done some research on this? There's no data that supports that. The only statistical information that I got in the presentation was information from 55 years ago that talked about how Queensland, which I assume is in Australia, I'm not sure why I'm assuming that, but that's what I think it is, where I think it is, how there was a 159% increase in sex crimes after they closed the brothels. That's old data, and it would be nice to know if there are other experiences like this and if that's been consistent. For instance, you mentioned Nevada, so I'm expecting to get some comparative data on Nevada, and I don't really get much of that. You make a claim about potential jobs that could be created. You assert that it's a high-paying job. Depending upon your position in the prostitution business, I suppose that's true. Just like there are high-paying jobs serving people, there are also low-paying jobs in serving people, and I'm not sure where people are going to fit in this. I think you need a little bit more data on this to be able to make those inferences. All right, thank you.